Yes, so for the Empire I have a level 4 Wizard, Lord of Light, who rolled Net of Amintok, Speed of Light, Byron's Time Warp and Shem's Burning Gaze. And he comes equipped with a Staff of Sorcery and the 4 Ward Save. Then I have a Battle Standard Bearer with Dragon Helm, Iron Curse Icon and Talisman of Endurance and a Great Weapon. And this is a level 2 Lord of Light, who also has the signature spell Shem's Burning Gaze and also Banishment. A Naked Master Engineer and a Warrior Priest with a Great Weapon and Armor of Fortune. Then I have for core 47 Halberdiers full command, 9 Archers as a detachment and 9 Knights of the Inner Circle with full command. I have 2 Great Cannons and a Hellblaster volley gun. 27 Great Swords with full command, 5 Outriders and Demigryphs with a Champion and a Musician.
So this is my 2400 points Orcs and Goblins. I have today for my general is Black Orc Big Boss with Armor of Destiny. And I have Black Orc Big Boss as BSB as well. He has the Dragonbane Game, Glittering Scales, Iron Curse Icon. And for my Wizard is level 4 Goblin Great Shaman. He has the Lord Master of Little Wag. And then I have 2 level 1 Naked Shamans. And then I have Snagla Grobspit with his Death Creepers. And for core we have 2 units of Wolf Riders, just with Banner and Musician. 2 units of Night Goblins, full command, with 1 Fanatic each. And for special we have 1 Spear Shaka, 2 Goblin Wolf Riders, two Wolf Chariots, and for rare we have 1 Giant. Also for special 23 Black Orcs.
Yeah, so for the movement phase, my Empire Knights came on here and I turned them to this facing, and I reformed this unit to have this facing. That was all for the moment. Yes, so for the first Empire turn, the magic phase, I failed to get off banishment from the wizard on the unit there. Then in the shooting phase, I made 3 kills with Outriders on the Goblin Wolf Riders, but they managed to pass their panic test. Then the first cannon misfired, but can fire again next turn. And the second one did a single wound on his Wolf Rider chariot.
After movement phase, I moved up the Giant in the flank there, back the Spider a little bit, moved up the Night Goblins, Black Orcs, moved up the 2 Wolf Riders there, and for reserves I had the Spear Shaka, Night Goblins, also Wolf Riders. Magic and shooting. For magic I managed to get on Gorkle Fix It and Itchy Nuisance on his Inner Circle Knights there, lower the movement and initiative by 3.
Yes, so I failed a charge from the knights on the night goblins and ended up here. And then I started to move the great swords up, and I pivoted this unit a little bit. Yes, so in the Empire turn, I managed to cast Banishment, but he dispelled it on the Black Orcs. Then I tried to cast Net of Amintok, but it didn't go off. In the shooting, I made 1 wound with my Outriders on the Black Orcs, and 5 more with the Hellblaster on the Black Orcs. And I killed his Goblin Wolf Chariot with one of my Great Cannons.
Movement phase. I charged with the giant in the Circle Knights, and they fled. So I charged them with the remaining Goblin Wolfriders there, and they fled the table. So I redirected them into the Demogryphs and also the Black Orcs. Moved the spider away from the cannons. I managed to rally the Nightcrawlers there with the 2 level 1s. Move these ones up a little bit. Moved up the Wolf Riders here. A Chariot, and also I managed to get Snagla on. Over to shooting and Winds of Magic. Winds of Magic and shooting. For shooting I didn't do any wounds. For magic he used his Dispel Scroll on Itchy Nuisance and his dice on Orc will Fix It on the Demogryphs. So no magic, only shooting. Close combat phase. Managed to do 5 wounds to the Demogryphs and 1 to the Warrior Priest. He did 7 to me, but I won by 3 and he fled the table. Over to Empire.
Yes, Empire movement phase. I moved up the Outriders here. I turned this to face the Black Orcs. I exited the unit of archers with my wizard, and I moved my cannon out of the way of my Hellblaster to get line of sight on his spiders, and I moved up the great swords. Yes, in the magic phase, this level 2 wizard managed to cast Shem's-Burning Gaze, getting 1 wound on the Wolf Rider, but he passed his panic test. Then, whilst casting Net of Amintok with my level 4 on the spiders, he miscast and got a 4 on the miscast table and rolled a 2, so he got sucked into the warp, also killing 2 archers with a blast. In the shooting phase, I managed to kill 8 of these, 1 with archers and the 7 with the Hellblaster, but they passed their panic test. And that was my turn.
Movement phase. Charged with the Wolf Chariot and the Wolf Riders into the cannon there. I tried to charge out with Snagla from the unit into the Hellblaster, but he failed his strange test on a 5 because of the net. And then I moved up these Night Goblins, popped 2 Fanatics, killed the Outriders. I moved the Black Orcs a little bit further. I moved up the Wolf Rider to block the charge. The Spider and the Giant are marching. Over to Winds of Magic and shooting. Shooting, Orcs and Goblins. Managed to get on Gift of the Spider Guard on the Black Orcs. Gork will Fix It on the Halberds. I failed to cast Itchy Nuisance. And for shooting, no wounds. Combat. Killed the cannon, overran with the chariot there. And also the goblins into the next cannon. Over to Empire.
Yes, so in the movement phase I shimmied the halberdiers left to make way for the hellblaster in the shooting phase. I moved the archers, turning their facing to try and shoot something here. And I moved the greatsword forward. Yes, so in the magic phase I lord roll on the Winds of Magic and my opponent managed to get 3 channels. So I tried to 5 dice banishment on the Wolf Rider which stood here, but he shut it down. Then in the shooting phase I managed to kill the Wolf Rider with my archers, and I took 5 black orcs down with my hellbuster. In the combat phase he killed my cannon, and during panic tests the master engineer fled here and he overran with his wolves into my hellbuster.
No charges. Backed up the black orcs a little bit. Moved forward with the giant and the spider. Moved the chariot in the rear there. Magic phase. Managed to get on each nuisance on these ones here. Lower their movement by 2. And then I got on Go to fix it on the halberdiers, but after that I cast a magic missile on the engineer there. He died and he failed his leadership test twice on the halberdiers, so they actually fled the table. Post combat, only got 1, killed the hellblaster. Move to Empire.
Yes, so I tried to charge his Ragnarok spider with my greatsword and made a failed charge, but I hit his fanatic. So the fanatic killed 3 greatswords and they stumbled forward 6 inches. And I turned my archers facing to be able to shoot into his wolf riders. In the end of the Empire's turn, I tried to shoot his wolves, but I didn't get any wounds on them.
I charged with the spider and the giant into the great swords. So the spider into the archers. For magic phase, I managed to get on a gift of the spider god on the spider. Combat, killed the archer there, overran, killed them. For this combat here, started good with my spider, killed 5. But when it was the giant's turn, he got 1 on the table, gel and brawl. So I won by 2, but he held up. So that's the end of the game. Big turn for the Orcs and Goblins, I think. See you next time.